Hello, my name is Nicola Bullard. I'm working with CCFD Solidaire, which is a French NGO, and I'm responsible for the Asia program. In my remarks, I obviously won't talk about all of Asia because it's vast and very diverse and only 2/3 of the world population, but I will focus a little bit on India and China and places in between. To give a very quick overview of the landscape of authoritarianism there. It's been authoritarian or various forms of authoritarianism for a long time in Asia, and the period of liberal democracy is a very short interregnum, really in the 90s and through to the early 2000s. But we can see that by and large the typical model is to have authoritarian governments linked to the military as the sort of norm. What we have at the moment are two types of authoritarian governments. First is the, let's say, classic authoritarian regime, which is often a single-party state, which is the case in China, Vietnam and Laos, and more it's becoming the case in Cambodia, often backed and supported by a military regime. And then we have, on the other hand, more populist authoritarian systems, and I'd give as an example of that the case of the Philippines under Rodrigo Duterte, and India at the moment under the BJP and Mahendra Modi, who's the Prime Minister of India at the moment. And that's more of a populist authoritarian type of government, which mobilises discourses around nation, religion, culture, king, as the sort of axes of the political debate to mobilise and build a populist base of support. The governments, I think they all have some similar characteristics. They are all very pro the capitalist economy, they're very pro neoliberal in their economic policies, which is based on infrastructure development, extractivism, industrialisation and exports. And of course this entails a lot of social and ecological destruction and dislocation. And for a large part, the question of migration and the exploitation of cheap labour, both beyond Asia, but also there is massive internal labour migration within and between Asian countries. The availability of cheap labour through migration has been an absolutely central part of the economic boom in Asia. So the promotion of the neoliberal economic model is very characteristic. They're all actively anti-liberal democracy and use all sorts of legal and illegal means to consolidate power and to repress dissent. So the criminalisation of trade union leaders, social movement leaders, journalists, bloggers, in fact anyone who dares to criticise either the economic model, to resist and defend territories, to fight against dispossession or relocation, to criticise the government, very quickly will feel the repression either illegal or illegal. The governments also often claim to impose the rule of law, but of course the rule of law that they impose are the laws that are in fact decided by the authoritarian regimes. And so the laws are the ones that actually bolster their own power and reduce any kind of dissent or criticism. I've got a very short time left. I'll just finish by saying that a lot of this is able to happen, I think, both the economic expansion and the extractivism is able to happen because of the endless supply of Chinese investment in the region. There is a massive, it's like an open tap of Chinese investment in many countries in the region, and this is often with absolutely no strings attached. Chinese government is not, as in the past, the West often would impose conditionalities on countries when they were receiving World Bank loans or whatever. China doesn't impose any kind of conditions, so there's absolutely no pressure for governments to be democratic in the way they carry out their business, and they have a steady supply of investment in extractivism, industrialisation, infrastructure development, and so on. And of course, the more this economic model is accelerating and expanding across the region, the more you will have dispossession, people losing their land, people migrating because of climate change, because of industrialisation of agriculture systems, because of the construction of huge highways or mega projects. And so the authoritarian system is in no way able, well, in fact it has to become more and more and more tough and hard to be able to control and manage the increasing social and ecological catastrophes which are the result of this particular economic model. So the more difficult things we get on the ground, the more tough the governments will become. So this is the paradox of the system that we have. Thank you.